the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. I hope that you're having a beautiful, peaceful, productive day, that you are in your power, that you are living passionately, baby, that you are pursuing your purpose, whatever that is, and that your point of attraction is positive. How are all of my beautiful butterflies and perfect people? You're with Tanisha Ali here of Tanisha's Locs, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri, also known as the I Am Melanin Magic brand. And we will be having a big blowout sale at some point this week, so make sure you tune in to the channel. The videos have some great, wonderful things planned for 2025. I am super freaking excited. Just got out of the gym, y'all. Had to get back on track after that 35-mile race that I did this summer. I sort of got a little lazy. So I'm back at it again, doing what I need to do to nurture and strengthen my body and my soul, because as above, so below. I hope that you are feeling the positive vibe of 2025. I hope that you are not allowing yourself to be distracted by the distractions, because that's exactly what they are, distraction. I hope that you are living in your highest vibration, that you are calling your power back from those places that sought to perhaps debase you or pull you into the toxic circle that they function in, or those people, energies, circumstances, and events that in one way or another were trying to pull on your coattails. Hopefully you have separated yourself from those things that you have left behind in 2024, just where they always were behind, and just where you are leaving them. You are kicking them to the curb, whatever that may be. Could be a mindset shift that you need to make. Could be envy and jealous people that have been on your arse. It could be people who you have been trying to please or serve or over giving to, that you need to cut them out of your life. It could be the idea of stepping forward to do that thing or those things that you have been called to this planet to do, that you have refused to assume the position. Whatever the case is, my wish, my prayer, my blessing for you is that you be able to step into your full power, or you be able to step into your fullness, or you be able to step into a fuller version of yourself as compared to where you were this time last year. It's a wonderful opportunity to ascend in every area of your life. Do not allow whatever is on the external world to pull you in. You have to have a healthy amount of delusion to navigate this matrix. I love you guys, and today we're talking about something that is very, very important, but I wanted to give you the greeting first. Please look out for the next video this week. My plan is to share something very special with you. If I'm not able to do it midweek, I will definitely do it in the video after that. So make sure you keep coming back, because more will be revealed. Are you tired of struggling with hair growth and thinning strands? Release the magic in your locks and tresses with I Am Melanin Magic hair oils. A premium blend of all natural ingredients strengthens, restores, and revitalizes your hair for maximum health and growth. Don't let thinning hair straighten hair brand. Upgrade your hair care game today. So are you. I Am Melanin Magic hair oils. So today I want to share with you some of the key mistakes that people make when they embark upon this beautiful lock journey. Always remember, you heard it here first. There is a deep spiritual connection between your locks and your life. And we're going to start talking a little bit more about that in the next video. However, we make a lot of mistakes when we go into this journey, because there are a lot of things that people just don't talk about, that you don't kind of get introduced to until you find yourself further in the journey. And then you're like, epiphany, realization, teachable moment. So I want to get into some of these things, because the things that I want to talk to you about are things that can cause thinning, breakage, and even hair loss, but they may be moving into your life at such a subtle pace, or you may be doing things that contribute to thinning, breakage, and hair loss, and things that put your hair in jeopardy. And you may be doing some of those things without quite realizing what it is that you may be doing that can be contributing to it. And so that's what I really want to get into today. Let's dive in. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share. Put in the comments the one thing that you have been doing that has wreaked the most havoc on your hair. Yes, the one thing that you have been doing, or the one thing that you did last year, or the one thing that you did prior to recovering, that has wreaked the most havoc on your hair. I can't wait to see what you're going to put in the comments. To drive the point home a little deeper, what I want to emphasize with you is that when you get your Microlocks, your Sisterlocks, whatever other type of tiny lock that you may get, a lot of times we tend to think that it is a no maintenance kind of hairstyle. And while it has its many, 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 many blessings, glorious abundance, okay, a good hair day every day, swimming for free, traveling for free, working out for free, waking up looking beautiful for free, there are still things that you gotta pay attention to. While it is low maintenance, baby, it is not no maintenance. And failure to adhere to these realizations can put you in a place where somewhere down the road, inevitably, you realize that you missed the boat on something and you wish you could go back, but by that time it might be a little too late, because you could be experiencing, or your hair could be crying out due to its experience with thinning, balding, scalp inflammation, just so many other things that you might be dealing with. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the fact that even though it is a low maintenance hairstyle, that does not equate to no maintenance. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make is relying on your loctician for everything, or assuming that they are taking care of everything. Nobody is perfect. Even your most hardworking locticians with the best of intentions for your hair. Shout out to Ifrad, shout out to Naka, those sisters who carried me through 14 years almost of my journey. Amazing, amazing, amazing. But even your best locticians sometimes can miss things, or they can be participating in doing things that may not work for your particular hair, or your particular set of expectations, or what it is that you have aligned yourself with in terms of your desires for how you want your locks to look and how you want your head to feel, your scalp to feel, and so forth and so on. So these are the things that we have to really be mindful of. First thing I want to talk about is over tightening at the roots. You need to make sure that you have anywhere at a minimum 1/5 to 1/4 of loose hair at your root. Even if you are knotting, that is something that you cannot play with. Take it very seriously. You need to have, if you're knotting, you need to have about this much space at your roots. And I talk about that in the Righteous Hair course, because these are things that many of you have shared with me were not emphasized. And so I emphasize these things. It is so critical. That hair needs to be able to flop around and move. If you're getting retightenings and you're doing interlocking, same thing. I know it is addictive to want to have that tight on the scalp look. It's something that we've been conditioned with. Even over the years, when it's caused alopecia, we've turned a blind eye to it, and you will find many of us still wanting that tight look. Sometimes it's so tight it makes your eyes do like this, or you got a headache and it's pounding. That is a red flag. It is something that you want to move away from, because it is a great danger. Make sure that enough space is being left. If you can leave one full rotation out, I know may not make you happy, and it may not make your loctician happy, but in the long run, especially as you get further in the journey, it's one thing to do that stuff in the beginning, but as you get past the first year or so, it is critical for you to be mindful of that, because that will be a huge problem. Also, something during retightening is you want to make a little bit of extra time to check is make sure that all of your locks have been retightened. It is not uncommon to have 2, 3, 4 locks being missed because of the speed at which a lot of times the retightenings are happening at. Oftentimes it can just be an oversight. Some locticians will pull up the hair, organize it, and begin to work on a particular section. Other locticians will just start in your loose hair, and you'll find you may have a preference for the different ways that your locticians may retighten your hair. What I got from Ifraj and what I got from Naka when they were taking over my hair care regimen was very different. My hair looked different after retightening, and the experience was different. Okay, Ifraj would separate the hair and work on a section. Naka was more free-spirited and fun-loving in her particular approach, and so she would just start somewhere in the hair and just begin tightening. And so I love the results I got with both of them, but they were different. So that's one thing I want you to check for. That's another reason why it can't hurt you to begin to kind of get a little more intimate with your hair and check to see if you might just step out and do an interlocking one rotation on your hair. Where it's not going to cause you to die. The earth is not going to open up and drag you under, but it's something that can be good for you to know, because once you leave that office, if you happen to stumble upon a lock that hadn't been retightened, you're not going to want to go back in to do that, and your loctician is probably not going to want to see you necessarily to come back in to do that, depending upon the schedule and so many other things. It's just one of those things that you can remedy on your own, but first you got to check to see if you have a lock or two that maybe was missed during the retightening. So those kind of things are the very easy things that we can overlook, that we don't think about. Something else that has to do with your loctician that she may miss, maybe sore spots in your hair, maybe things that may signify problems that may be on the rise. She may be moving through very quickly. She may assume, that you're working to alleviate something. She just may not be very communicative. And observe it for things that may necessarily be a red flag. Every loctician is different. Some locticians focus on the health of your hair. Other locticians focus on this expediency and the flow of getting you in and out. They focus on being, like I said, expedient, of being effective and efficient at the mechanics of it. Other locticians will focus on both of those things. Some locticians don't focus on either of those things, and they focus on maybe just getting you in and out as fast as they can. So it's beyond, or it goes, it's a little bit below just being efficient and effective. It's let's get you in here and let's get you out of here. So there's so many different nuances that you want to make sure that you're paying careful attention to in this journey, because at the end of the day, you are the one, baby. You are the one. You are the Neo when it comes to your hair. You are the one that is going to be most invested in your hair's health with me, which means you have to check what is going on beyond what maybe your loctician may see, or you have to make sure you communicate with your loctician as far as what questions may come up or what things you might see. For example, let's say you have an area of your scalp that's very sore. You may not see red spots or lesions like some of my clients do, that come to me to discuss what is going on with their hair and what may be some of the things that they may need to pursue as it relates to options when you've reached a fork in the road and you've been invested at a certain level with your hair, and now you're facing serious hair loss, hair thinning, and maybe things have broken down in communication with your loctician, and it's time for some other tools and some other options, in addition to a referral to go see a dermatologist, which is clearly not always the issue. It can escalate to that, or a trichologist, but we're talking about the preventive things that you can do for yourself that can assist your situation. So it's important to check for those things. Let's say you see too many root bulbs concentrated in one particular area, which could signify a problem with the level of tightness or the frequency of your retightenings. These are just so many things that you have to be mindful of. Yes, it is not uncommon to see root hairs. It can be a sign of healthy growth in the natural shedding and the hair cycle, but not all the time. So these are things that you have to be definitely mindful of. Let's go ahead to the next point here. This is the 2024 update of the lovely Sheila, who has been using the suite of products from the I Am Melanin Magic brand since our debut almost 3 years ago. Her hair looks marvelous. Tension concerns, which I spoke about a little earlier in terms of loctician concerns. But tension concerns are so important that I have to underscore that, because it's almost like public enemy number one. It's competing with public enemy number one with the quality of your retightening, which I discuss at great length in the ebook, but also the frequency of the retightening. But tension concerns are very serious, because not only is it something that maybe your retightenings may be the culprit for, but it's also things that you are doing that also are contributing to the tension. Give you an example. My locks are super long, especially in the back. So a lot of times when I put my bra strap on, if I just try to strap up, my hair is getting caught. Okay, when I need to put on my shirts, my jackets, the back of my hair is getting caught. If I don't take the time, even when I put my jewelry on, sometimes I have a certain catch on my necklace that grabs my hair. If I don't take the time and swing my hair to the side and put this on, even if I'm lying in the bed or I'm having a good time, whatever it is I'm doing, I've got to be careful. Even putting on this, because it's very tight. So it wants to compress my hair, or it wants to stick to my hair. And so if I'm not careful and I'm rushing, I'm going to put extra tension on my hair. You will see, and you will always see since I've been on this channel, that whenever I pull my hair, I pull it up very light. I'm never putting extra stress on my strands. I dare not try to braid my strands or cornrow them or anything like that for the sake of a style. If that's something that you're doing, either cease doing it, give up the addiction to it, or find a way to do it that doesn't put as much tension on your hair. There are just so many things that we can do on a regular basis, even down to the way you sleep at night. You've just gotten to retighten and you're someone that's a side sleeper. Maybe sleeping on your side is not going to be a good idea if you're also having edge issues. Do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe this area around here is too tight, and sleeping on your side like this is pulling your hair unnecessarily. Maybe you're going to have to sleep on your back in the beginning of the initial first weeks after retightening. Whatever it is that may cause your hair to pull, it could be a shower cap, it could be the way you pull your hair up to get in the sauna. Y'all know I'm serious about my spiritual baths. I'm taking baths sometimes even twice a day, but for sure once a day, many days of the week. So I have to be mindful of what that may do. It may be, let's say for example, I'm in need of a touch-up or a re-knotting, and I have not done it in quite a long time, because you know with this particular method, you're going to go, depending upon who you are and how it is that you're maintaining your locks, you're likely to go a little bit longer in between reties with no problem at all. But for some people, it creates additional tangling, unnecessary tangling, things that you need to mitigate on the front end so that you don't have to deal with that. But in pulling the hair apart, you may be applying too much tension because you're not being kind, loving, and compassionate with your strands. So these are all things that are just super important. The next, negligence. Set it and forget it mindset. I don't really have to do a lot. This is a put them in, forget about it hairstyle, because I'm telling you, it's easy to fall into that trap. I have to remember that the way I am handling my locks is directly related to the way I am handling my life. If I'm rushing through my life, if I'm impatient in my life, regardless of whether it's work, whether it's doing the multitude of things that I have to do to maintain my businesses and give the level of customer service that is my standard, and I'm moving too quickly, the likelihood is I'm doing the same thing with my locks. Okay, or I'm involved in some low-level, subtle negligence. Negligence is the silent killer of your sister locks, your micro locks, your knotted locks, your small locks, whatever it is that you're doing. You cannot just not do anything. You cannot just forget about them and go. Like I said, this is not a set it and forget it hairstyle. So what does that mean? That means you have to hold the space to be fully present for your hair each and every day at some point during the day. It is a way to love on you. These locks are your crown. These locks represent your root, your connection to your ancestry, your connection to the foundation of the things that allow you to do the things that you do in your life. Not to mention, it is one of your most beautiful, edifying assets. It is a crown of beauty, a crown of glory, as much as it is literally sitting on and protecting your crown. So it deserves that full on 5 to 10 minutes of self-loving energy from you day in and day out. Even if it's nothing but looking at your locks, checking them, asking them how they are feeling and letting them to communicate with you, paying attention to the subtle signs of distress, glorifying them and communicating with them. If y'all know I'm an energy healer, so that's another aspect of my business that I have been engrossed in for over 15 years. Okay, in addition to the aromatherapy and providing the natural and handmade organic and natural ingredients that I put in the I Am Melanin Magic blends, aromatherapy has been a love that I've had for so many years. Also, the healing is important, and one of the things that I'm very familiar with is the energetic body, the part of our template, our physical template, all of the additional layers that we are communicating with as a part of our auric field and beyond in each and every encounter with what it is that we're paying attention with in our body. So what I want you to understand is that our cells eavesdrop and listen to not only our thoughts, but they listen to and they respond to the energy that they are exposed to in the way of what it is that we are doing. When you talk to your locks with love, when you caress your locks, when you massage your scalp gently and you love on your scalp, your cells, your hair cells, your follicles are happy. They respond the same way a plant does when you put a live lobster in a boiling pot of water. That plant responds to that. We are connected energetically well beyond the physicality. It is so important to understand that every thought that you have, every negative thought form that is projected towards you, that you entertain, that was sent in your direction to put you in an illusion or to put you in a spiritual chokehold, everything that you spend time paying attention to that is not for your highest good, anything that you come into contact with, anybody that you share your energy with, any inner dialogue that you may project onto yourself as you look at your beautiful self in the mirror, comparing yourself to someone else or not being satisfied with where you are on your journey. All of those things are felt in the entire field, and the entire field responds beyond the cellular level, but also at the subatomic level. It is important that you love on you in each and every moment, and that every opportunity that you get to love on your hair, to be grateful for your locks, to touch them, to feel them, to use positive affirmations is just moving you a step closer to your hair being happy. So think about what I've said. Marinate on what I've said and look at what it is that you may need to do in your life as it relates to your Sisterlocks, Microlocks, or other small lock journey to shift the energy, to shift the dynamic, and to be a part of the foundation, a new foundation for some of you, if you will, that lays the stability for further growth, for you to have a lock journey that is based in longevity, one that you don't have to abandon early in the mission to achieve healthy hair because maybe you've been neglectful or maybe you haven't paid attention to and inspected what you expected with regard to your loctician. Maybe you haven't used high quality products. There are just so many things that we're constantly having to integrate as we continue to learn more about what works best for us, what allows our hair to thrive, and at the end of the day, what allows us to thrive, because your hair is a representation of you, and what is going on with you will always be felt, picked up, and manifested in your hair. You're with Tanisha Ali here, Tanisha's Locks, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri. You can find more about me on my other spiritual channel, Spiritually Initiated and Crowned. You can go to my HAIR Reiki website if you're looking for coaching or mentoring. You can go to the I Am Melanin Magic website for everything I Am Melanin Magic. And if you haven't purchased my book on Amazon, okay, make sure you go and get the Manifesting Your Masterpiece book. It is a book that is designed to help you to gain clarity, up-level your mindset, clear and heal energetic blockages so that you can manifest the glory of the divine. You can manifest the glory of God that is you, that is within you, that is above and beyond, but that you are of the essence, that is part of your essence. So keep coming back. More will be revealed. I look forward to bringing you greater value, excitement, commitment, and innovation in 2025. Lots of love to you. Let's get it.